All right, hi you guys. I wanted to start making these chapter 4 videos. I'm going to do the introduction and the Bill of Rights together on one video and try to keep it kind of short and sweet and all that good stuff. So in the introduction, pages 96 through 98, things are yellow font. I don't know why. There are a couple really important definitions, and you had these in that crash course, that initial crash course I gave you as well. So just a kind of reminder is to keep in mind, things to keep in mind. The American government is both democratic and constitutional. So it's democratic because it's governed by officials elected by the people and they have to answer to us. And then it's constitutional because we have a constitution, which is basically a set of laws, and it not only limits things the government can do, but it also gives a basic outline to things they can do. The democratic and constitutional components of government can produce conflicts, but they also can reinforce one another. One task the government must perform is to resolve conflicts between rights. So we will see this. Sometimes the president will sign an executive order. The judicial system will find it illegal. Okay. I was going to say Executive Order 9066, the Japanese internment, but of course the Supreme Court said that was legal. So forget that. But that's just an example, right? Congress can pass a law. The Supreme Court can find it illegal. All right. The rights guaranteed by the First Amendment are essential to a democracy. So when we talk about democracies around the world, basically we're looking at those rights. Likewise, the rights guaranteed by the Fourth, Fifth, Sixth, and Eighth Amendments protect all Americans, but are also in place to make it harder to punish criminals. Remember the minds of the founding fathers. They were oftentimes seen as criminals by the British system. So they are coming from this mindset where they want to protect people from the government. So I think that's a really key part. So ultimately, it is the courts that decide what constitutional guarantees mean in practice. Although the federal courts are the branch of government least subject to a majority rule, the courts enhance democracy by protecting liberty and equality from excesses of majority rule. So remember, please, one of the foundations of our Constitution is the idea of majority rule with respect to the minority rights. The majority gets to rule, but they cannot trample over minority rights. All right, and so that's a really important thing. Now, I'm actually going to change my mind. I'm going to just do this introduction as one little video here. You guys have a little note here about the introduction. So civil liberties, just to keep in mind, these are limits placed on the government. Okay, they are things that the government cannot do that might interfere with your freedom. Okay, so keep that in mind. That's civil liberties. And this is why the Bill of Rights was so important according to the Anti-Federalists. The Anti-Federalists required a Bill of Rights. They were concerned with a strong executive, national court system. They were they were worried with the government having too much power. So as we're going through this unit, kind of keep that in mind. Keep in mind the ratification process of the Constitution. Keep in mind the Articles of Confederation and how the Constitution is different than the Articles of Confederation and how some of those differences helped our country survive over 200 years, but also set the stage for a potential squelching of rights and how many times those individual rights have been protected by the Bill of Rights. It really is pretty remarkable. Of course, Amendment 14 is going to be key as well to protecting individual rights, but at the beginning there with those first 10. Okay, I'm just going to stop it there. Why not? Let's make it short and sweet. Thanks, guys.